Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Maya Louisa. In today's video, we're going to talk all about mystical allure and feminine energy and the importance of having this type of flavor of feminine energy in your life. I'm going to start this video with a story. It is a true story. And so on this channel, I want it to be very much a channel of acceptance, love, learning, and just truth. What else? Non-judgment. Okay, so basically don't judge me. Anyway, so this is a true story. So this was a very long time ago, and I was in a relationship with a man in Cuba, in Havana. And I decided, mind you, this is like a very long time ago, but again, we're learning. So I decided that I asked my brother to drive me in the middle of the night to JFK Airport so I can hop on a plane and go to Cuba to spy on him to make sure that he wasn't cheating on me. So my brother drives me, yes, I did this. My brother drives me to the airport. I get on the plane. I time the whole thing so I'd be arriving in Havana on a Friday night at like 9 at night. So the little hiccup was that this particular person was a twin, had a twin brother. The twin brother worked at the airport. There's only one main airport in Havana, Jose Marti Airport. So I had to kind of be really incognito. Did I say I basically had to be very hidden and hide myself. So what I did was I got a hat. I put the hat on. I get to Havana. I'm going through, customs and all that stuff. And for some reason, somebody thought I was Alicia Keys. I guess it was like the vibe of like, I don't want anyone to see me. But anyway, a swarm of people come and like blow up my spot. I don't think I look anything like her, but it really happened. People like, oh, Alicia, Alicia, Alicia. And I'm like, no, yo no soy ella. Anyway, so I dispersed the crowd. I let them know, like, I'm not her. And I get into the cab and I arrive at the door thinking I'm gonna see this whole scene, thinking there's gonna be another I didn't even know what to expect. My heart is beating so fast. I get to the door and that's when like I freak out, like, what did I just do? What am I walking into? I knock on the door, and mind you, I had texted him and it's like, oh, what are you gonna do tonight? He said nothing, da, 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 da. So I get there, knock on the door. He was having dinner with his mom. Everything intact. My pictures were still up, like, so anyway, he wasn't doing anything. Moral of the story, obviously the relationship didn't last, but the moral of the story was I had no mystical allure. I had no mystery to me. I was completely at the mercy of my emotions, and I had all of my energy outside of focusing on the outside of me, focusing on the external, focusing on him. So when we do that as women, I'm sure you can relate to this. When we do that as women, it's as if we have these like tentacles, and our tentacles are coming towards the masculine and it's pushing up on him. And to them, it feels, if it's a healthy masculine man, it feels very uncomfortable because he can sense that you're not whole. To other masculine men, it can also set off like predators, because they can feed off of the fact that you're so outside of yourself, you're so outside of your worth and your power. They can feed off of that and then will eventually use you potentially, things like that. You can basically attract lots of predators with that energy. So let's learn from this. To be in a healthy relationship, to be fully realized in your feminine energy. Let's say your feminine energy is like a big light, a big spotlight. With that spotlight, there's different gels that you can put over the light, which is different flavors. So the flavor we're talking about today is the mysterious, the mystical, the Sade energy. And why do we need this energy? This is the energy that when you tap into the mystique, you're tapping into a deep groundedness. So if we learn from my story, I was not grounded. I was not. It was so, the fact that I was looking up flights to catch somebody, there's so much we can unpack with this, but let's just keep going with the mystery. When you have an element of mystery to you, it means that you are able to live in the present. Living in the present is the gift that the feminine gives to the masculine. So this is not only good for in relationship to the masculine, but it's also good for yourself, because when you learn to live in the present, you learn to find a sense of home and inner peace from within. So you're not looking to the external to feel good. You're not looking to the external to feel peaceful. You're not looking to your man to complete you or to make you happy, because ultimately it doesn't work that way and they will let you down. You're not looking to different people and different energy, anything outside of you, to feel whole and to feel home within yourself and to feel peace. It's kind of like when you have the mystique, it's as if you have this beautiful, like a fire, like a fireplace. And the fireplace is warm and it's cozy and it's grounded and it's serene, and it's just, that is the mysterious energy, that you have this beautiful fireplace and it's all crazy and it's raining and it's dark outside and it's all this chaos outside, but within you, you have this fireplace, you have this fire, you have this coziness, you have this groundedness from within you. Think of Sade, think of the peace, the inner peace and the serenity that she walks with. It's an air of mystery. It's an air of her being so at peace within herself, and that becomes the magnetism. So take it from me, as someone who used to live so outside of herself, projecting my energy, pushing my energy onto my partner, pushing my energy out, pushing, looking, searching, because I couldn't find peace from within me. And that is not attractive, and it's also just not healthy. It's not a healthy way to love. It's not a healthy way to be in this world, especially as a woman. So when you have this element of mystery, it also helps you to maintain a sense of identity when you're in a relationship. So a lot of us can be in relationship and maybe you attract very men of like leadership and men of power and men of whatever, or your partner, and you can get lost in that. You can get lost in your identity and begin to kind of just merge to their identity and what they like and what they do and what they're about and all of those things, and kind of lose yourself. But as we know, anytime that you lose yourself, that is truly the highest cost to pay. It's too expensive. We don't want to ever lose ourselves. We want to maintain our own fire, maintain our own identity, maintain our own passion, maintain our own sense of self and our purpose. And so that mystery, that energy of cultivating that fire from within, it helps to maintain that, because when you have the mystical element to you, you create distance. And that is important to relationship. So think about the masculine. The masculine is the left hemisphere primarily was in evolution was the ones that went out and were hunted, and they went out and had to have a focus and had to have a plan and a strategy to go and acquire what they wanted, and they had to work for it, and they had to, all of that stuff. There was an energy, there was a forward movement to acquire. And so when we have this distance, it allows space for the masculine to move in towards us, and that feels really good to the masculine. If it's something that's coming at them, it's not going to feel good. When a man is swimming in his natural hormones in the natural way, when they have to push and they have to strive, it feels good. It feels right. It's energetically right for them, because they want to work for something, because then they know and they value it even more. They cherish it even more. Think about like really nice cars. You have to work hard and you have to take care of it, you maintain it. It's kind of the same thing, unfortunately. But we'll get to that in another video. So when we maintain our mystery, we maintain our identity, we maintain a sense of self, we maintain our own way of being in the world. So we're not looking to outside of ourselves for validation. We're not looking outside of ourselves to feel like worthy, to feel anything. We are like fully in our own energy. You have your own like fuel and fire and way that you are tapping into that fire, and you're cultivating that fire from within, so that you're not empty. You're very, very full. And the last huge element that you must acquire to have the mystery is to maintain a sense of core emotional stability. So when a person is not able to, when they become really overwhelmed in their emotions, and they're like super, super high emotions, really, really happy and overwhelmed in that, or it can also be in like levels of depression and levels of sadness, or when you fall in love, all of these like big emotions that you have in your life, it's very important that you have cultivate the mystical, because the mystical allows you to be very grounded in your energy and in your emotions, and to maintain a level of, it's like a core emotional, it's just a core emotional stability. You're stable in your emotions. No matter what is happening outside, you're not going to be overwhelmed and frantic. You have a very strong nervous system that you're able to just be at peace from within and not be overwhelmed and taken by the love that comes and taken by the sadness that comes. That you're not swept away, but you're very grounded in your own energy, grounded in your own mystique, your own je ne sais quoi. You have this element of you that is just so solid, that is just so grounded. And then again, you're creating this sense of self, but you're also creating a little bit of distance, because your emotional self is very much contained from within, and that comes with discipline. It's not like we're born this way, but it comes with an awareness, and it comes with a discipline, and you have that discipline to really hold your emotions and be aware of your emotions and grounded in your own energy. What this does is it creates a bit of distance. And when you have that distance, that then increases the desire in the relationship. So when you're all, and you're chasing and you're grabbing and you're grasping and you're pulling and you're needy and you're not full, it decreases the desire, because you're there. You're always there. But when you have this element of mystery, when you're contained, when you're grounded, when your inner world is so beautiful, it's so popping, you have this fire from within you. You're just swimming in your own essence. You're not looking outside of yourself for validation or for any good feelings. You're not getting the cheap dopamine hits from social media. You're just like, you know how to bring joy from within. When you have that, and you have that bit of mystery, you have that bit of distance because your life is so full, that creates the desire, that increases the desire. And when you have that bit of distance, it also allows your partner to dream a little bit. Let him dream about you. Let him think about you. Let him come towards you. But if you're just really graspy, there's no space to come. So this mystical element, it's not that you have to change who you are. There's nothing wrong with who you are. You might be a super open book type of woman. You might be very passionate. You might be very controlling. And that's great. But within you, because within all of us, we do have this mystique. And so just invite her to come forward. Play with the energy a little bit. So it's not that you're pretending to be anyone else. You don't have to. You're perfect just the way you are. But it's allowing this flavor that's already within you to come forward, to come out. We're going to bring her out a little bit. We're going to just express this part of ourselves. Because if some women are super in their mystique, and they need to sometimes step into more assertiveness. They need to sometimes step into more of that boss energy. They need to sometimes step into that more of the boundaries and the assertiveness. So we all have these different flavors, but if you find yourself really, really controlling, you have to control everything. If you feel like you're too graspy in relationship, too chasing, if you find yourself always thinking about the person, that means that we have to add on and ignite from within the flavor of the mystique. Go and listen to Sade, go and dance to some Sade, and awaken this element of mystique and allure from within, because she's there. And once you do that, that will increase the desire in your relationship. It'll also just allow you to bask in your own wholeness, in your own ability to find joy, your own ability to find peace. No matter what is going on, all the chaos, you can find peace and you can find home from within. And that is a beautiful way of being in this world. And so if you need help, like a step-by-step of feminine energy, how do I get into my feminine energy, polarity, receiving, desire, sacred sexuality, if you want the step-by-step everything, you are welcome to join us for Radiant Goddess. That is my course, and I will see you in the next video. The link for Radiant Goddess is in the description. Peace and love.